Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video we are testing out the Smashbox LA Cover Shot Eye Palette, and this is what the inside looks like. I think it would be fun to do 4 looks using each color story, and you also get a full-size eyeliner. Let's start off with some swatches and then we will dive into the eye looks. I am really excited for this color range. That purple is definitely my favorite so far. Really excited about that gold shade. There is some kickback and fallout. I'm already making a mess with this palette from just doing swatches. Kind of collided those last two. I like that second to last a lot. Ooh, look at that purple. Oh yeah, that purple is probably my favorite shade that I swatched. So just my first initial thoughts from the swatches. I really like these shades. I think they would make really good highlighter shades for your brow bone and also as like normal highlight as well. I'm a little concerned for some of the mattes. The more neutral, warm tone shades had more pigment to them than the colors. So I'm a little nervous for this color story. I liked this purple shade. That was my favorite, as I mentioned, and this silver shade would be really good for inner corners. So I'm really excited just to see how each little segment of the palette makes a look. It has been a hot minute since I have used a Smashbox palette or eyeshadows. I'm really excited to give these a shot. I love Smashbox as a brand. I love their eyeliners and of course their foundation that I use a lot in my videos. I was really drawn to it from this segment of the palette. I felt like you can just create so many different looks, not limited just to the segments, but that's how I'm gonna do. But of course you can, use some of these mixed in with those, however you want to do it. So let's start with this segment. just because of the way I approached making looks. I like to see how this one works as a highlighter. At first, I didn't think anything was there, and now I see it everywhere. Definitely this segment was my favorite. It's also the pop of color, but you do get your neutrals and can also use these to create a smoky eye. There was just a lot of fallout. Like, it looks like I've had this palette for a while and I just used it and it is a mess. I think these eyeshadows were really pigmented. They were pretty easy to work with. I didn't run into many issues. I think for a well-balanced palette, you need your good mattes and shimmers to create a good look, and I think this palette does give you that, but in segments, it's definitely a little bit more challenging. I'm not gonna write off this palette yet. I'm more leaning towards it than against it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy Smashbox, eye palettes, first impressions, multiple looks using one palette. Leave a comment below if you got this palette, what looks you created with it. Please make sure you're subscribed before you leave, and I'll see you in the next video.